into it, finding out and doing more research. I mean, because look, number one, hey, neither of us are astronomers or, accredited scientists, but we're good investigators. And first thing this morning, I heard BP Earthwatch and Pastor Paul Begley, and they were both basically, on their videos giving a very sound warning on what was coming our way. And I immediately jumped right up and, started gathering information on this, as they called it, a cosmic pulse, a pulse very, very strong, coming from this magnetar 1806-20. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, 50,000 light years away from us. However, there was a massive explosion. I think it was back in 2004, and literally a pulse of energy made its way all the way through the Milky Way galaxy and interrupted and interacted with Earth. Now, the timeline of events back then and going forward in time a little bit, because these pulses are just that. They're continual pulses of this energy. They're directly attributing these massive earthquakes in our past, specifically the one that was in Sumatra that, ended up killing, I think, over 230,000 people because of the actual earthquake and then the ensuing tsunami. But have you dug up any information on it this afternoon?
Yeah, I dug up some information. I was going back on I actually saw your video that you posted up this morning. And when I saw your video, I was going back on the links that you said that you did, and I was going through the one about NASA was talking about this happening in 2000. Even they didn't actually get to know about it in this 2005, I believe. And I believe this thing is actually supposed to be called a starquake, what they want to call it. Yes, it's gamma rays that's supposed to be coming around this way, and if it hits us, I hate to say this, some of us are, if it hits us straight, whoever gets hit directly, they're gonna die.
Yeah, I was looking at some information on the actual positioning of the Earth, and basically, it's going to be like a roll of the dice. If you are on the side of the Earth that this gamma burst hits, you're going to be in some serious trouble. You're going to be in some very, very serious trouble. You're talking about very high dosages of radioactive particles. I did, some brushing up on this, and it's just not a good situation. There's a lot of information that I was able to go over, and a lot of it had to do with the human DNA. These heavy pulses of these gamma rays can literally damage your DNA, basically break the strands, and they said that this is very, very bad for children, younger people, and young adults, because it literally can destroy some of your DNA. And then, I guess over the years, you'll end up having some very, very serious health-related issues and possible death. Now, I did find out that, yeah, if you are on the side of the Earth that gets pounded with this massive I think it's like almost like an electric pulse of magnetic energy. Yeah, you're in some very serious trouble. I don't know what else to say other than we better all start paying very, very close attention to what's going on. I have heard absolutely nothing about this in the mainstream media except what I'm getting on alternative media.
Well, that's our news source. We have to be going to alternative media to get our news source, because the mainstream media is not actually reporting none of this. They're not even reporting all the earthquakes that are happening. Have you noticed that? If you look on USGS, they're downgrading all the earthquakes. I mean, when I first started tracking all these earthquakes, we had 40,000 the whole year, And now you look at it now, we're having 39. They're downgrading at least like over 3,000, 4,000 earthquakes.
Yeah, and the earthquakes just keep coming and coming and coming and coming, and the magnitude and the frequency is increasing, 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 and that's what I was saying earlier, that everything that we've gone through this year with these earthquakes across this earth, the last thing that we need right now is this big day after Christmas surprise of this massive cosmic pulse. Because the information that I was gathering earlier today and right before we went on the air, this will literally rock the earth, in the sense of this will literally cause our tectonic plates to shift. We will have massive earthquakes. Now, not all over the world, but the section of the globe that is exposed to it will definitely have some major issues. Now, I'm hoping to God that this time NASA and the scientists and these astrophysicists, I'm hoping that they are dead wrong, because this is the last thing that we need, with the earth being so sensitive right now, so fragile because of all of these earthquakes.
Yep. To talk about earthquakes, are you familiar about the earthquake of '89 that happened out here in Oakland, California?
Oh yeah, actually, 1989. I was watching that live Major League Baseball game with the Oakland A's. I was watching it on television when the earthquake hit, and yeah, that was pretty devastating. And then here we are now, many years later, with even more modern infrastructure, buildings, and bridges and things of that nature, literally all over the world. That's what was that, 1989? So that was a good many years ago.
Yeah, well, it made a big destruction. I mean, there was all kinds of stuff that broke down. You had people trapped under bridges. I mean, I'm out here in Central California, and that happened somewhere like I say about 200 miles away from me, and we still felt that. I mean, 200 miles away, and we felt that. I mean, our house was shaking. I mean, we had our chandeliers shaking in the ceiling. We seen our mirrors shaking, and we're like, "What the heck's going on here?" And then we find out on news that we saw that there was a big earthquake. And when we went over there to actually go see it ourselves, when we traveled to Oakland, it was devastating to see all kinds of people, hurt. People lost lives. Destruction all over the place. I'm kind of glad that the government and everybody, they all got together to do this modern, stuff, so they could go ahead and reinforce these buildings. But to be honest, I don't think how some of these buildings are actually going to stay alive or stand.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. I mean, especially in some of the third world countries or places where the infrastructure is still very old. I mean, you see what that one earthquake did in central Italy. I mean, just literally the destruction was very bad, and even a lot of their older buildings that were built a century ago are still very thick rock and concrete, and they literally came crumbling down. Now, I was able to get a quick email into my seismologist friend down in Mexico, and he did get back to me. He is fully aware of this situation with this cosmic wave that is coming in. He did tell me on the record that NASA does have a way to track this pulse coming in, and no one has said anything. Nothing has been said on the news. I mean, how about letting people know that there's something that's very catastrophic that's about to happen the day after Christmas? People are going to be on the roads. They're going to be in airports, hotels, with their relatives, possibly out shopping. I mean, we don't even have a direct date other than they said possibly, either the 26th or the 27th. I mean, God forbid it happens on Christmas Day when people are out and about. And, he did say that during this time period, he said to me, "Scott, you don't want to be outside. You do not want to be outside. You do not want to be anywhere in the line of these particles, the radiation is quite severe. He said that depending on the Earth's positioning, he said this will probably lead to a magnetosphere collapse.
I agree with you. That I have to agree with him on that too. I will.
Yes. Yeah, so we're kind of in a jam here, and we've got like 16, 15, 16 days left, and there's only a few people talking about this. And like I said earlier, I was looking at the earthquakes just over the past couple of hours and the past 24 hours, and listen, man, things have gotten worse. I mean, like right now, forget about Planet X and Nibiru and Nemesis. I mean, right now, we have death knocking on our door here, and nobody knows what to do.
Exactly.
I mean, what's your protection plan? What do you do? Do you put a lead helmet on, or what is it?
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, I don't think there's any kind of protection from this unless you go underground. That's the only way. Only protection.
Yeah, I mean, and if the radiation is that bad, or the destruction, I mean, I don't know if you really want to be underground. If you're in an earthquake-prone area or a tsunami area that can be affected by tidal surge, I mean, I don't even know what to do. But I'm going to share a screen with you real quick, and let's go ahead and we're going to take a look and see if we can get some earthquake information real quick. What's going on out there? Do you see my screen?
Oh yeah, I see your screen.
Okay, now this is live right now. This is updated to the minute, and I mean, just take a look at your screen. I mean, we have earthquakes popping off. A magnitude 5.7 Central East Pacific rise. I mean, that's pretty far off the coast of South America. Oh, it's updating right now. Let me go ahead and fix this.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's magnitude 7 hours ago. Magnitude 5.7, right in Central America. Panama, magnitude 4.6. I'm just going to pan over.
What's that red one up there by? What's that red one up there by Alaska?
Yeah, the red one.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, the red. Yeah, the red signifies that it's happened within the last hour, and that was 143 kilometers southeast of McGrath, Alaska, magnitude 3.4.
That's what kind of scares me right there, because that's part of the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, it's there's a lot going on, man. Earthquake-wise, 5 hours ago, magnitude 4.9. The Central Mid-Atlantic Ridge. That's a fault line that runs straight up through the center of the Atlantic Ocean. They're getting rocked again over in Italy. 9 hours ago, magnitude 4.8. 8 hours ago, Tajikistan, magnitude 4.4. 8 hours ago, and here we go. Here's your Ring of Fire right here. I mean, they are literally. I'm going to go ahead and zoom into this a little bit, because we know the Solomon Islands.
Well, Solomon Islands have been getting hit like crazy.
Yeah, they got blasted the other day, and it continues right now. 2 hours ago, magnitude 4.9 over in Indonesia. 6 hours ago, magnitude 4.6. Philippines, magnitude 4.8. Indonesia, again, magnitude 4.6. See if there's anything happening down in Australia, New Zealand. Nothing yet, but I'm sure.
Oh, it will be later on too.
Yeah, right off the
islands.
Northern coast. Yeah, 85 minutes ago, Fiji Islands, magnitude 4.9. Now, let's just zoom into California here, because I'm going to show you something that this has kind of been bothering me. Because everybody always says, oh, California gets these earthquakes, blah, 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 blah. But what I've noticed is an increase in these earthquakes south of Los Angeles. And let me just go ahead and get zoomed in here. Now, right on the border a magnitude 2.28 right across the border in Mexico. And then you see all of these little scattered microquakes. And then right off the coast of Los Angeles, 7 hours ago, magnitude 2.3. And all of these are all starting to swarm around the San Andreas Fault. And that's, that's
no joke. That's no joke right there.
Yeah, that's not going to be a good day. And, here we go again, Oklahoma, 10 hours ago, magnitude 3.3.
Is that right on the new, right on the new Madrid fault line right that they have right there?
No, the new Madrid's over east a little bit more. I haven't seen anything going off on the new Madrid, thank God, because that's going to affect me. But what I've also seen is more activity up in the state of Washington 5 hours ago, magnitude 2.3. Another smaller one in Idaho. Actually, a couple of small ones, Montana. So, they're definitely cracking off. But, you can see once again.
Those in Idaho. Because how you call it, Yellowstone. I'm afraid of that one going off, and Yellowstone going off too.
Yeah, so I'm kind of worried about what's happening. This is another earthquake tracking website that I use because it's very, very credible. I don't even really go to the USGS anymore because I just don't believe all of their information. But we got a lot of things going on, man. There's another earthquake right here, magnitude 4.9. A 4.5, 4.8, 4.6, 4.9, a 5.0. Things are already starting to heat up with our earthquakes. And
haven't you noticed about the earthquakes? Before there were 1.1, 2.0, 3.0s. They're no longer that no more. The magnitudes are getting stronger. They're getting 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8. This is getting serious.
Yeah, when I did speak with the seismologist down in Mexico, he did tell me that you may see for the first time a legitimate magnitude 10 earthquake. And the reason why I have this portion of the screen up right now, he said that if this side of the earth is facing this pulse, meaning the ring of fire, he said you will see the greatest destruction on this earth that mankind will ever see. So we are already so fragile, and this is the last thing that we need right now. And again, the day after Christmas or 2 days after Christmas, or like I said, it could even hit on Christmas Day. And that would be just, absolutely tragic. Now, I went to the NASA article that was dated all the way back to February 18th, 2005. And actually this came in several days before, and took them a couple of days, I guess, to get the information. And it's pretty scary. It says scientists detected a flash of light from across the galaxy, so powerful that it bounced off of the moon and lit up the Earth's upper atmosphere. Now, that must have been pretty scary. Now, they said that, they see these things in deep space all the time. It just so happens, I guess, this SGR 1806 is close enough to us, and that explosion was powerful enough to send that first massive cosmic wave straight towards us. And, they are assimilating these cataclysmic events with these pulses. How long they're going to continue to come, I don't know. But, a pulse is a pulse. I guess each wave that comes out will be possibly equally strong. The amount of time that it takes for it to travel will probably be equal. but it's kind of ironic that this all happens in late December, and then here we are going into mid-December, and they're calling the shot once again for December 26th, 2016.
It took 12 years just for it to travel from over there to over here.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we've been getting hit by smaller parts of these waves, and this is, this is another massive cosmic wave that's coming. But from what I've been hearing, listening to BP Earthwatch and Mike from around the world, they're all reporting on this. These guys pretty much know their business when it comes to this. And remember the other day we were talking about these helioplots all over the entire world going haywire, and the Earth was feeling something, and these were low frequencies, and literally they were completely black, where you would just see some little bit of squiggly lines, just your normal little, frequencies. I mean, these things were just crazy, and none of us could explain it. So something was definitely affecting the Earth, and I don't even know. Yeah, I would say so, man. I would definitely say so, and I don't even know what to say to prepare for something like this. I mean, I don't have an underground bunker, and I don't want. I really, and I really don't want to be underground if this thing's going to cause massive earthquakes. And
that's true. You want to be I wouldn't want it either. No, I wouldn't either.
And I came across this this one video. It's actually from NASA, and it was talking about the effects, I guess, of gamma rays, and gives a little background on these gamma waves. But I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick because it was pretty interesting. So it's definitely something that we should listen to. So I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick. Let me just get this lined up here for us, and let's take a listen to this. Yeah, I don't know about you, Alex. I don't like that.
I didn't like that either at all, man, at all. I mean, when I saw that one, okay, I'm seeing all the rays, that we see, our visibility and all that, and I didn't believe that we had that much rays that we have to go through. Gamma rays, violet rays, microwaves. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, there's some X-rays. There's a lot going on, and I mean, I was literally putting in, oh my Lord, probably about 4 or 5 hours, just trying to catch up on what this information is that's coming in from NASA that is so old that I mean, come on, folks, you can't get us some credible information, something that's going to help people out a little bit. I mean, they're just basically leaving everybody in the dark. Once again, I want to go ahead and I want to show a little bit of BP Earthwatch, his video from earlier today. Let's just take a listen to it real quick. Yeah, so I mean, this is a pretty serious situation. Like I said, I was trying to gather as much information as I possibly can. So what I'm going to say to anyone viewing the broadcast right now, and anyone that goes back and watches this video, we're going to try to come up with updates at least twice a day, every day, leading on down to, I guess, Christmas Day and the day after. There was a lot of talk about, can this do damage to all of the satellites that are orbiting our planet? Well, I would have to say absolutely, because these are very, very highly magnetic and radioactive waves. These little satellites up there, they're very sensitive instruments, and we may possibly see a very catastrophic breakdown in all of our satellites and satellite communications.
Yeah, might end up getting an EMP too. As a matter of fact, too.
Yeah, now there's been some talk about, okay, the government is leaking this information out because, they're trying to cover something up. And I don't know. I just don't see that happening right now. I mean, are they trying to cover up the incoming, Planet X, Nibiru? I mean, we've been coming up with a lot of very eye-opening information and video and photographs over the past 2 weeks. I know Jeff P came up with some more incredible video footage today on the same Australian webcam that we both watch daily. I didn't have a chance to get on there today, but I did watch his video, and let me tell you, it was very startling. You can clearly see the sun simulator and the lenses literally right next to the sun. And this time you see more than just one lens. And to tell you the truth, while we have everybody live here, I want to go ahead and I want to bring that up because I think this is something for everyone to see. It was quite amazing. I was absolutely floored whenever I saw this, because me and Steve Olson and Jeff and also Chris Potter, we all worked on this sun simulator, and trying to find the evidence, and lo and behold, we started catching it. But let me pull up.
Yeah, he's a guy that helped me out to actually learn the focal point of to move the camera here and there when you're gonna take pictures of the sun.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him and Steve Olson, I wouldn't have been able to find the sun simulator or whatever they were trying to hide.
Yeah, I'm going to turn this up a little bit and watch this video.
Yep. There's two objects. Actually, there's three.
I mean, if you can't see those, you're blind.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Straight cloaking and blocking that away from the view of the sun. That's what that for. What is it called? Fresnel lens.
Yeah, when I was watching that today, I was pretty floored at the video footage of that because, I mean, I've got probably 50 or 60 pictures from people from around the world of that lens and those lenses. And it's pretty damning, it's pretty incredible. And I mean, now we have a totally new subject that we're going to be dealing with here in the next 2 weeks. Plus, on top of that, we are still getting a lot of sightings, a lot of video, and a lot of photographs that are coming in. I got over 1,600 emails in 48 hours over the last 2 days. And I was only able to get through about 500 of them. And, out of the 500, 2/3 of them were just absolutely credible. Meaning I can clearly see opening up the photographs, looking at them, not zooming in, not enhancing the photographs, just flat out looking at them. And there was some pretty incredible video also that I'm gonna have to put together into some videos probably tomorrow. But this whole cosmic pulse, this is going to be on my mind now, and I kind of feel like I dropped the ball not paying any attention to this information because I did hear a little bit about this late in the summer. And
that's when I heard about this too, somewhere about the summer, like in August.
Yeah, and I kind of just dismissed it, and
Well, you
didn't
actually
think
did drop the ball, guy. I really don't think you dropped the ball. I think what it is, you have so much on your mind. You're a busy man. We talk time to time, and we see what you do on your videos and all. You're a busy man. You're doing this and that. So you didn't drop the ball. It just didn't come to you at that time. Now that it came to you, it's something that you're actually paying attention to now.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to have to dig a little further into investigating this magnetar and and what we can possibly do. I mean, this is kind of almost right in lines with the whole entire Planet X, because I mean it's almost to the point where you're not going to have anywhere to run or hide, because this pulse will definitely affect one portion of the earth. And it's like a roll of the dice, brother. Wherever you're at, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, God be with you. That's all I have to say. It's kind of upsetting. We discuss the weather all the time, this climate change that I feel that we're going through. I don't think this has anything to do with global warming or anything of that nature. Now, I did hear one report that the last time that this pulse hit the Earth, that it ripped part of our ozone layer away.
Wow.
Or excuse me, not the ozone. I'm sorry, atmosphere.
It ripped part of it?
Yes. And there's some very credible information out there, but once again, NASA and these climatologists, oh, it was global warming. Okay, well, we're going to have to dig into that a little bit more and find out where the truth is, because
Yeah, you're talking about the famous, what's the name, climate change was supposed to happen in 2016. That's exactly what we're seeing now. Actually, everything happening in exactly 2016.
well, these guys at NASA, they're real good with their mathematics. So, for them to calculate something from 2004 or 2007, and then figure out mathematically through the trillions of miles and blah 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 when this thing's going to get here, and apparently these dates of December 26th, 27th have been leaked out. Where they're coming from, I don't exactly know. I haven't heard any official NASA report on this. I haven't heard anything on the news, CNN, Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC. I haven't heard anything. Have a happy holiday. That's all I'm hearing right now. So
but haven't you noticed that everything's starting to get serious, more worse and worse than what it is? First we get little earthquakes here, little storms here and there, and now it's starting to affect everywhere around the world. I mean, look what happened to Hawaii. Hawaii is freezing. I mean,
Yeah.
It snowed over there. I mean, did they ever snow in Hawaii? I mean, don't they have volcanoes over there? Aren't those volcanoes supposed to melt that snow? I don't think so.
Well, I got some very startling footage from a gentleman who lives in Iraq, and he wrote me in Arabic. I had to translate the whole thing, but he took some absolutely fantastic photographs at night, 1 o'clock in the morning. The whole entire sky was burnt orange, and there was this large illuminated object in the sky. He shows me in his pictures the moon, and then he shows me this other object. And he must have been using a very expensive camera, because his photographs were crystal clear. So I enhanced one of the photographs. It's not completed yet, but when I mean I enhance these, I play around with the light levels so I can kind of bring out what is in the darkness. And his photographs are, they're pretty tight. He's very scared. He was telling me that a lot of the people in his country know something's about to happen. It's the same there. Their governments aren't saying anything. I've spoken to a few of my European friends, and the same thing. European countries, governments, very, very tight-lipped. Spoke with a friend of mine today in the UK. He said, no, business as usual. The weather's getting colder. But, we've heard nothing about this cosmic blast that is coming our way. So I guess we are going to have to sit like sitting ducks and wait for someone to say something.
What would you expect from NASA? Never a straight answer.
Yeah, right. And then I go and I'm starting to think more and more about Obama and his space office. His space.
No. Are you talking about his space executive order that he signed?
Exactly.
They knew exactly what was happening. They knew exactly what was happening, what time, what day. Because you know what? To be honest, they signed that executive order to a T. As a matter of fact, he signed it. I think a day later. Is that when we had that big old what was it? That our magnetic sphere collapsed the first time?
Yeah, the magnetosphere collapse. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exactly. You're right. You're right. They know exactly when this is coming.
Yeah, and then, why not warn people? I mean, even if you just like kind of partially warn them, listen, folks, we don't want to create a complete massive panic, but, right now we're keeping our eye on this cosmic pulse that's coming towards the Earth. It can cause or create some earthquakes. So, let's get your little earthquake preparedness plan together. If you live in any of these areas, for anybody living in, low-lying areas near water, rivers, lakes, oceans, coastal areas, okay, let's keep a heightened awareness around this time frame. We haven't heard jack from anybody in office.
Nope, we have not.
That's pretty bad. So I guess in the hours and the days and I'm going to use the word weeks because we have just maybe 2 weeks. We need to keep on top of this for all of the subscribers to these channels. Try to get the information out as soon as possible, especially if we catch something that is very, very vital. So my brother, if you hear anything going on out there on the West Coast, any information coming in, get it in to me. Let's get out there and let's get it to these people because my
like
thoughts.
I said, I'll get our team on this. We have a group of team right here that works with you, and I'll get our team together for us to do this, for us to keep an eye out and all this, and whatever we get, you'll get it.
Yeah, we're going to have to start